Good day to you. Today I want to discuss some things about how to make your child study well and how he can improve his memory and studying method. I will concentrate mostly on kids from 13 to 17, shall I say 12 to 17, because that's a critical age. If they miss their study pattern, curricular behavior I call it, it's a critical time. And with schools disrupted on and off, lockdowns, shutdowns, coming and going, I thought it is a good time to allay the anxieties of parents, and that this would be a good fit for kids to sit with parents and listen to. So I will try to do it in a way that kids will be happy to listen to this clip, and with parent hopefully encouraging them and hopefully instructing them. Now this is my set of notes that I do for all my lectures, and it has this diagram that helps you to understand the brain tracks. If you were to send me a WhatsApp to my this WhatsApp number, man committed for this task, these three graphics are important for them to understand. I can send the graphics by WhatsApp, plus 94 77 49 59 214, or you can go to our Empathic Learning Center Facebook as well as my timeline. You will see this graphic immediately after this talk. So what can in what way can I make these suggestions? To begin with, you need to understand the strength of your son or daughter. Now, if they are not good at mathematics, don't harass them about it, because they will forget everything else when you harass. Children improve by commendation. So from your calibration mode and condemnation mode, you have to shift to, instead of condemnation, to commendation. Commend what they are good at. Commendation brings in oxytocin, and that gives a good feel to do better in communications. Oxytocin is called the love hormone, but actually what it improves is the communication. That of course builds up love and respect and understanding each other. Then don't be always calibration is important. Tests are important to see do you know what you should know. That's the purpose of the test. Otherwise this generation gets into imaginary. You must not get into imagination only, then you all know all the fantastic spook and magic, and you are not testing yourself on testable stuff that you should be knowing. So test is about to know that you know what you should know. So we have no fear of tests. It will only bring out, affirm that we know. And no teacher will test you on things that you don't know. And every good teacher wants you to do well. And the teacher's intention is not to fail you, but to help you show up well. That is, all teaching exercises are like that. Having been a teacher at university level, head of Department of Pharmacology, and when we make the test paper, whole staff goes on to see, and we try to set an MCQ with 5 responses, multiple choice. 1 everybody can do, and 1 only the above 70% can do. Then so you get the idea. 2 60% can do. And that's how we set it for. Test is a set up for you to get through, not to fail you. So you need to know those things. And dad and mom, particularly dad, affirmation, which is also commendation, improves assimilation, how much the child can absorb. Under condemnation, he will absorb less. So remember, commendation improves assimilation. Then calibration or testing is necessary, but equally balanced with celebration about what he knows. So the subject today I am discussing is how to get your child to study better and remember. So remembering, then it recall and application becomes better. So these are necessary. So if you match calibration, the necessary testing with celebration, then they will think, remember better. I am concentrating on the child at 13, but these principles are important for or applicable for all other kids as well at different ages. So here are then another main point in my research I have come across is get connected with your chronobiological system early in life, or it is relevant for adults as well as young fellows. So I believe the chronobiological system is a real design of God, so better obey it. By violating it, we suffer. So maintain sunrise and sundown. First, so I have already told you about calibration, match it with celebration. Commendation improves assimilation. Point number 2, maintain sunrise and sundown. So at sunrise, they kick off the chronobiological system, and then melatonin goes down and you get ready for activity phase. Really, if I want to explain the cycle for you to better understand, I should start with 6 p.m. Melatonin increases and the brain gets ready for memory, storage, the other brain activities under melatonin. I want to keep this talk simple and practical. I have explained to you before how melatonin works. I have a clip called 7 Juices, and if you ask from me that clip to my WhatsApp number that will appear on the screen, that is +94 77 49 59 214, I will give a different clip on how melatonin works. So after 6 p.m. the brain is getting ready for memory, storage, all that, and to get the brain ready for the next day. For that, good sleep is important. So to see sundown, so get your kid or yourself to come out, see sundown and sun going down if possible, meaning come out of your curtains, come out of your LED light, go to the garden if you have. If you are living in an apartment, hopefully your balcony might be overlooking sun down or sunrise. If not, go outside and take half an hour between 6:15, 6:30, or even about 6 or whatever. It is a good kickoff for the nighttime brain activity. Later on, I will give you the 5 laws of digital screen about what not to do after 6 p.m. Then in waking up in the morning, try to get as maximum possible as sunrise, because clear sunset and clear sunrise keeps melatonin working, which is like the chronological tick-tock, in your body. It's a hormone secreted by the pineal gland, a very small thing, pin-sized thing. Small things are important, and it's like the tick-tock, and it has neurochemical effects as well, the melatonin. It has to do with good sound sleep as well. So if you get your sleep every day, you are halfway through to Einsteinian brilliance. Disrupt your sleep and getting brilliant is not a possibility. So at sunrise, when you get as much sunrise as possible and set off your chronobiological system, and then you are well off. 2, maintain your default mode network every hour. Our default mode network works hour by hour. This is the graphic on it. I hope we'll have a system of putting it in the live stream. There it is, the middle one. 45 minutes, dopamine works for salience. Then for 15 minutes, serotonin works for check back to improve. So that's the default mode network, works on the basis of improving. Get your kid who is studying, or for that matter yourself, always to practice the 1 hour, the 45 minutes salience. Salience is work to focus. It is directed by dopamine. And next 15 minutes serotonin, looks back, checks back, how do I improve? So always the child must end the hour by this process of I can improve, I need to improve, confident to improve, words that will help him to improve. Don't jump into the middle of it and shout and say, you will not study. Yeah. So if you want your kid to study well, address whatever you have to do at the beginning of the hour, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., if you are able, and then allow him to go through that hour and ask him, how did you find it? How was your hour? Was it productive? Yes. So excuse me, there are things you can do to help your kid, and I'll be talking about things the kid has to do himself to help himself or help herself. So that's the default mode network. Number 4, I have already told you about good night sleep. Don't do things that disrupt sleep. What parent can do is to reduce LED lights, blue frequencies in your house. The truth is, if you are with a TV on, a ground floor, nowhere in the ground floor is conducive to good study. So the child will have to shift to the top floor. You have to be aware of it. I am not prohibiting TV, I am telling you, if the blue frequencies are on, that will disrupt, or no, I shouldn't say disrupt, that will have a negative effect on the child's studying potential, memory and recall. So as the child is studying, the child is on to collation. That is, did I get this? The brain summarizes it. So get them to do short notes. I will mention this again. Get them to do short notes. Even if they are studying on screen, you have to encourage them, tell them again and again. I have done this in all schools I go, I keep telling this. So do short notes. So they are already collating during the study process. Then they have to connect with things they already know and relevant sections. So that's happening in the brain. Blue light frequency from the television, or if you have put a lot of LED lights to save your electricity bill, you are probably doing a disservice to your child's memory and to your own retina. So at least where your child studies, there must be just warm CFL glow lights and no LED lights as much as possible in his bedroom. If you have already fitted things, he might have to study even with a table lamp. These are important for immediate study process of collation, connection, reference points to what he knows, and then of course later for storage and all that, recall and application. So I added the LED light issue in the house to that. So that would be number 5. Good sleep was number 4. Then we come to number 6. No screen at food time. Besides it being part of the 5 laws, I have to mention this. Maximize food time for brain brilliance by chewing properly, concentrate your food, add to it crunchy vegetables and crunchy fruit, of course. So that is